Got you. Let's start with your background in terms of how you got into the events and the space you're in, the line of work you do.
Yeah, well, I've got my history is quite an interesting one.
Great.
It's quite interesting that having grown up in the UK, came back in '98. I actually, when I graduated in the UK and got back, I was actually working for brand for Nokia mobile phones. At that time, it was one of the biggest
mobile companies.
Yeah, yes. Mobile company in the world.
So I think it's a time thing that needs to happen for that to be built, and for the culture. But
yeah, it's also emotional pride.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it. If like your point there, like we know Kaiser Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, and probably now Suwele, Bloom Celtics.
Yeah.
They've built that foundation, and they've marketed themselves so well as clubs.
Welcome to episode 33 of the Business Agenda podcast. My name is Cash, also known as Uncle Cash, joined by my co-host Teaser, also known as Vano_T. Thank you to the rest of the team, Nick Swagger, Nico, Maiza, Mr. Mojaki, and for the visuals, we've got Sepo and his cousin today, and for the audio, thank you to Tubby the Don. As always, we appreciate the team that makes all this great content come together. This podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So we're continuing with our theme of entrepreneurship in 2025 this weekend. Episodes back to back. We really want to focus on, despite what the year is going through and the challenges, there are people within the space as entrepreneurs who are making moves, who've got great stories, and we're giving them the platform to share these stories. So our next guest is, I would like to confirm his name first, because I thought it was a nickname.
Tex, yeah. He couldn't believe when I say your name is Tex.
I'm like, that's such a cool name. So we're joining. Oh, Tex.
You must put your
No. So Tex, thank you for joining us. So our next guest, obviously, someone who's in the event space, and because of time constraints, we're gonna get straight into it. But welcome to the show, firstly.
No. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. On a beautiful Saturday morning. It's a pleasure to come to your studios, and I'm very excited to be here.
Fantastic. So great. So you're someone who's in the event space. We've had someone before a year or so ago who was in that same space. But why I'm excited about this episode is, for the longest time, Teaser's been trying to get you on this platform, but you're a very busy man. We mixed socially, but we're finally glad that we've got you. So for the time that we've got you, let's start with your background in terms of how you got into the events and the space you're in, the line of work you do.
Yeah, well, I've got my history is quite an interesting one.
Great.
It's quite interesting that having grown up in the UK, came back in '98. I actually, when I graduated in the UK and got back, I was actually working for brand for Nokia mobile phones. At that time, it was one of the biggest
mobile companies.
Yeah, mobile company in the world. I was assigned actually on the marketing and product side, and that's where I started gaining my experience in terms of the marketplace, business solutions, brand,
customer relationship,
which is very critical in my space. And it happened to be, at the time, Nokia sponsored AFCON. When Nokia sponsored AFCON, I was part of the team, the Nokia team, that part of the sponsorship team that did the deal with AFCON. And I got very interested, being a sport lover. I just got very interested in how the whole process was activated, etc. And then I took on the challenge into events and commercial sports. When I left Nokia, I joined a company called Mega Pro Marketing. That was in 2003. Mega Pro, at the time, and probably still are, the biggest sports marketing agency in South Africa. I was actually assigned in the sales and marketing team. Part of my portfolio was to, get new business for the various rights they had.
Okay.
So when I say rights, I mean they were the rights holders of SA Rugby, the Springboks. They were the rights holders of this great team here.
The best team ever.
Yes.
Me being a Pirates fan. Come on. And so they own various rights, and those rights obviously needed management and sponsorships across the marketplace in South Africa. So that was my portfolio in getting sponsors for these various rights. And it was a great journey with Mega Pro Marketing. Stayed there for 6 years. And we did some great things there. That's when now I started gaining the experience of the marketplace and understanding. It's all Willie and Dali. We watch, we watch games. We watch games on TV. We attend games at the stadiums. But we don't know what happens in the background.
Yes, leading up to the event.
Months and months of work. Yeah.
Miles and miles of work, interesting stuff.
Negotiations.
Guys, it's tough out there. It's tough. So the portfolio was it was an intriguing portfolio, but we got things done. Because remember, sport, everybody watches sport. The majority, especially South Africans, we're very passionate about sport. And brands and corporate South Africa, some of them want to get involved in sport. So my role was to go out there to corporate South Africa. For example, you'll see Toto on the jersey here. They were the sponsors at the time. It involved going to Toto, negotiating with Toto at the highest level and getting the deals done. And, it was quite interesting that when you get the deal done, you think that's it. It's on the jersey, but there's a whole lot of stuff involved. So we had a whole team. We do the deal. Then the brand and leveraging team come in to ensure Toto delivered the rights that they have paid for. And those rights, the value of those rights, it consisted of a lot of money. So it was it involved a lot of brand trust. Remember, you're managing millions of rands for a corporate.
True.
Who've got the trust in you to deliver the sponsorship. Then from Mega Pro, then in 2007, in 2006, we won the rights for the FIFA World Cup. That great day when Mr. Mandela, the late Nelson Mandela went and virtually got us the FIFA World Cup for 2010. I got seconded to the FIFA team in terms of on the hospitality side. There was a company called Match Hospitality, AG, who are the commercial partners of FIFA. And I was part of the team where we headed up the commercial program for the FIFA 2010 World Cup. We were seconded we had our special offices in Sandton. And guys, that's when I learned a lot. Because now we were dealing
at an international level. Level. Yeah. The levels are much different.
World Cup is high up there, to be honest.
It's the upper echelon of negotiations. So many moving parts, so many players, stakeholder management. I think that's for you. The exposure really took off.
You're absolutely correct. It was, and also dealing with a different kind of people around
culture.
The world.
Cultures.
Because FIFA, what FIFA do when they host the World Cup or they give the bidding country, They just come in and they take over.
Yeah.
They came in, they identified the various
Stadia.
The various in the marketplace. They identified various individuals who they felt were capable to join the team. I was fortunately one of those individuals, and we had different kinds of people from Iran, people from Germany, people from the Philippines. I met a lot of people, various nationalities, and it was quite interesting because now you had to relate and work with each other in a different culture. Not the South African culture. Now you're dealing with a different kind of culture. I remember our head that time, a gentleman by the name of Pascal. He was French. So you can imagine the communication barriers there. But a very steep man. Yeah, so basically what the role involved, we were the deal makers. Because remember the government built the stadiums, upgraded all the venues for the World Cup. And in these venues, there were various facilities that needed to be sold, not just in corporate South Africa, but corporate worldwide. Where I'm talking of things, for example, like the VIP suites, the advertising, the branding, looking after the FIFA sponsors. That was the role, and we went out there in the marketplace. We started with corporate South Africa, obviously being the host country, gave them the opportunity to purchase hospitality packages for them to entertain their guests. For example, like a Visa. Visa has got offices worldwide. So Visa South Africa would purchase the products for them to watch the games, etc., and for them to entertain. So it was very intense work because remember they're buying a product, and that product we had to deliver on that. So we had a full on board team from concessions to sales to activation. It was, it was buzzing. Everybody was working for the World Cup. Everybody had a job, from ticketing, you name it.
Fan parks, the how train, everything.
All of that. We were all over. Then the World Cup came in 2010. I do remember, I can tell you one story on the opening game when Bafana played Mexico at FMB Stadium. Never forget. It was such an emotional day. We arrived at FMB Stadium that day, just to let you know, at 4 a.m. That's how
the game was like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We were the guys actually wearing the fancy blue suits. We had tailored suits. There were imported suits. We got our measurements and whatever, and we arrived at 4 a.m. doing a recce of the FMB Stadium, ensuring everything is
to
in place. All the VIP areas are in place. We had what we call the VOT meetings with SAPs. Because remember, the opening game, there were a lot of presidents.
Dignitaries, yes.
Checks, just ensuring everything is all in place. It was a long, long day, but come kickoff time, I must say, it was one of the most emotional days. And that's when I got an understanding to see that the World Cup is actually different from a normal football match. And when I say normal football, I'm not just talking about PSL, I'm even talking international.
Even EPL.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was a
different level.
The execution of the VIP areas, everything had to be perfect.
To the T. The
food, the drinks, Budweiser were the FIFA sponsors.
Correct, yes.
Only Budweiser alcohol was allowed. The food, there was certain
security, dietary requirements for international guests.
It was. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even watch the game properly.
You were working.
But when Chabalala put that goal in, I took off my jacket.
The moment. Wow. Yeah, but lots of moving parts. I just want to come in there. I think, You guys, firstly, hats off to you guys. There were so many naysayers, so many critics. To me, I mean, since then, I'd have to think 2010, one of the best World Cups that I've seen in my lifetime, in terms of opening ceremony, execution, even the theme songs. Like, because the excitement that was created, I like the fact that you mentioned that a lot goes into events before that, but you guys did a stellar job. But in your personal capacity, was like, maybe, there are probably many, but what's the main standout for you in terms of like what you learned in that particular time?
I think the professionalism, just how FIFA as an international body with the LOC, just the way things were done, the professionalism. You had to be on a certain level and you had to stay on that level. There was no time for slackness. There was no time to say, oh no, why wasn't that done?
It had to be done.
It had to be done.
And done properly.
Secondly, as well, it also opened my eyes in terms of the power of corporate South Africa as well, in terms of a market.
No, they showed up.
Yeah.
They really showed up. All sectors. From the banks, the mines.
I think we had the Sports Friday when people were wearing Bafana
yes,
building up to the World Cup. I mean, I think corporate South Africa really embraced it, like all the way, like they did.
Yeah. I mean,
flags on cars, everything.
We had the flags on cars. We had the soccer Fridays, the Bafana
Fridays.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was in the yellow Bafana jersey, whether it was an Adidas one, or it was
the Nike one. Yeah,
it's okay.
No, it was very. So that taught me a lot of things. So it taught me the commercial side. It taught me the delivery side. It taught me the merchandise side. It taught me the sales side. It taught me the eventing side, and it also taught me the relationship side. How to deal
critical,
with people.
yes,
Key, and that was very, very key. And I think the thing I picked up the most is you've really got to have patience in that game. You've got to be. I mean, remember, these are guys who are not spending R1 to watch a game.
Yeah.
These guys they paid top dollar. Top dollar. I mean, their tickets were they were paying in US dollars, some of them. And so the corporate, the expectation was, if I'm paying $1,000, I expect to receive a $1,000 product that is worth $1,000.
Experience must match the value.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, that's a great point you just made. The experiencing matching
In the value.
And I also I got a lot of experience from that. So it was a turning point in my career. And I think not taking advantage of it, but I learned a lot. And I said, maybe I can move on from this. And also, empower it also, from what I've learned, empower it as well into others as well, in the community and small
businesses,
etc.
Not paying it forward, yes.
Uplift. I think that's the whole point. I think that was the legacy. I mean, FIFA left the legacy, and it was our responsibility
to take over from there.
Just
continue.
So Tex, I mean, from that experience alone, do you think we're ready for the F1? Or do you think that there's still some more work that needs to be done? Because I feel like we should have had the F1 like 2 years ago, but the team didn't put enough effort like they did with regards to the 2010 World Cup. So now, do you think that is South Africa ready for the F1, or do you think that there's still some more work that needs to be done? Because I think a lot of us are still not convinced. Just maybe from your experience.
Okay, look, F1 as well is another beast. That's another.
Yep.
That's another animal. It's a very expensive sport. I think at the time why it hadn't come in maybe 2 or 6 or whatever years is because mainly an F1 needs government support. And now that there is some signs of government support, I mean, we saw the minister the other day launching it. I would say, yeah, I think we are ready, because I think corporate South Africa commercially are going to play a big role in the F1. You will see. I mean, if you look at some of the sponsors for F1, remember when the F1 do come in, they come in with their sponsors who've got a presence as well in South Africa, your DHLs, etc. Yeah. On an organizational point of view, I think we are. If we can host the FIFA World Cup, which is the beast of the beasts, I think we are. I think we've got the capability. I think we've got the recruitment areas, the staff. I mean, my biggest worry was, to answer your question in terms of the readiness, was the track. The facilities. Are we ready to host? Because I mean, F1 involves a lot of stuff. I mean,
moving parts.
Remember, they just come in with their stuff, but are the facilities capable of hosting it? Kalami, yes, with the upgrade.
Yeah, they are upgrading it now.
Yeah. So I think, is it a popular sport in South Africa? Demographics and research will show that maybe it's only popular to a specific
niche
market. That could be the only, worry. But if it's marketed and a lot of young people from all kinds of demographics are beginning to watch F1. So, if it's marketed properly, if they get the correct role players, like the way the FIFA model, the way they did it, they looked. FIFA didn't just come; they identified
grassroots all the way up.
They identified, and they said, "There's the Jesus of this world. Rope you in. Let's rope in. Everybody must benefit."
Yes.
So that's why it was a success.
Yeah.
Sure. Quick one. I just want to ask about your views on ticket prices, right, of these international events, because sometimes there's an affordability issue that comes in. Obviously, we looked at the Live Golf coming in March next year. The ticket prices, like I think 2,000 rand or something along those lines. It's just entry level. So, is that not like a deterrent to some of these events where guys are like international events priced in dollars converted to rands, and then kind of like deterring audiences from coming?
Yeah, Nico, good point there. I believe. I mean, we ticket prices should be based on the economy of a country or the GDP of a country. Obviously, they obviously look at their costs and things like that, and it has a huge impact, huge effect. So that's where you ask the question: Is Live Golf, or is it targeting a certain market and depriving another market? I mean, a certain sector who want to be there, but they can't be there because of it's a huge issue. It's a massive issue, but I still believe there's stages. If I want to say it, like if you want to grow the sport and you want everybody to have access, I seriously believe it should be determined on the market price the prices should be determined on the affordability of that certain market. To in with all due respect, in fairness, I mean, we've got the issue now with the Springboks, the rugby,
expensive. Seed.
I mean, the public. I mean, there's a huge outcry there right now in terms of ticket prices and etc. But those ticket prices are actually being determined of the value of what the Springboks are currently. 3 times world champions. They're the World Cup holders. You go to England or Europe or etc., and the Springboks are playing. That market pays top dollar to watch the Springboks. But we should be saying to ourselves, the Springboks is a South African, it's a national asset. We all love the Springboks, the public. I think that it's grown even in the emerging markets. The Springboks are now being supported. I mean, I've seen it a lot in the stadiums. We're getting a lot of people from the emerging markets now, all wearing their green jerseys and etc. So yeah, it should also be based on the affordability, so that everyone access to national asset.
Yeah, and I want to say this because I suppose maybe to bring the conversation a little bit forward. You post 2010, you obviously started your business, but what's also interesting for me and I think a lot of us don't see it. Like you provide a premium service, and you provide it because the market exists. Like for instance, the live golf tickets were 2,000, and I think they sold like 20,000 or something like that in 2 or 3 days. And there's this premium market that exists that most of us don't see, because obviously when you look at majority of South Africa, we know the inequality, etc. But sometimes you gotta really hone into there's this market and this niche. And you focus on that part, and you do it extremely well. And I wanted you to maybe touch base on that, the fact that like a lot of us don't see this high-end premium market, and your approach to it for you to kind of make your business in that space and offering that service and delivery. How have you found that?
Just to add on to that text. So you guys are saying the market exists, right? So in terms of like, let's say Bafana, or let's say outside Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates,
Yes.
Is the market not interested? Or like, let's say for them to support Polokwane City, like how do we convince the market to say, look, you are from Polokwane, you're a millionaire, why can't you guys support Polokwane City? Like, I just want to understand, like, how would you guys penetrate that market? And what's different from Bafana? Is it because of the improved performances? Because 1995, Bafana were like the Springboks.
Top
and then
dollar.
it's sort of deteriorated. But like now, performance is picking up again. So how do we convince that top market to say, look, we need to support Bafana at every game? Or let's say, outside Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, there are other teams in the PSL. Maybe if you can tackle that as well.
Yeah, that's quite a tough one, because remember, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, as opposed to Polokwane City, they've got these are clubs with rich history,
Established brands,
etc. So corporate South Africa, or the market. Well, that's first price. They'll want to pounce on those in terms of their initiatives and their
exposure they'll get from
and brand, etc. But I also think it's also a responsibility for those other smaller clubs as well to maybe step up and market themselves. And to such an extent, because remember, they've got their base. That is their area. That is their Polokwane City. I mean, if we think about it, they probably represent the majority of Limpopo. So they've also got to probably change their strategies, and or maybe seek advice or get help whereby they can tackle, corporate Limpopo. There are businesses there. Corporate Limpopo to say, guys, here we are. This is what we can do for you. This is the rights we can give you as using Polokwane City as the vehicle, to reach out to whatever your objectives are, and and we can drive this thing and build onto this.
Because my question was based on like what you just mentioned now. Like every time we watch the EPL, you can watch Sheffield United stadium is full. Like all these small teams, those are like what town cities, right?
Yes,
like town
absolutely.
teams. So like every town you find, like let's say in Everton, There's like Everton and Liverpool supporters. Like I've always wanted that for South Africa as well. Like I always ask myself, how can we penetrate it? Bloemfontein Celtics.
We are back, baby. We are back.
The Bloemfontein people took pride and they decided, like, yes, we are Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates, but we're gonna support our team.
Yeah.
So how can South African teams actually copy that model? You know?
You see that model, like in the EPL, having living in England, it's quite an interesting model.
Supporting Liverpool.
Where you live, what you support.
Plain and simple. True. Yeah. It's not negotiable.
Non-negotiable. And I think it's a thing that starts from childhood, the upbringing, where
your grandfather supports.
Not Manchester United fans from Val.
Hey, we had Val United. It died. So what must I do?
No, but Tex, I do like you bringing up that point because it's a rich history. So and if you look at how old football is in England, that's if you think of South Africa, we always have to remember South Africa is a young democracy. 94. There are people who, like you're saying, rightfully to location. I've seen English fans who are like, "Oh, you foreigners who support these big clubs. I support Gillingham because my great grandfather supported," and they're proud.
Yes.
Gillingham may never make past the championship, but there's a reason why it's rocking and it's packing every time they play the big teams, the home ground stadium, and because for them it's part of the area. So back to Texas' point, where these South African clubs have to start growing tradition for them to be the club that people in that area associate with and they're proud of as a starting point. And then once they build themselves up, they need to do more to get, because there's money in PLK, that we all know. There's money, they get the businesses involved to start saying, look, beyond rugby, even with rugby, like you see this Boxco play, it's packed. There have been games where Kaizer Chiefs have packed out Peter Mokaba Stadium.
Yes.
So take that model of saying, yes, there are Chiefs and Pirates fans in Polokwane, but they can get behind their local team. Like Bloem Celtic was, win or lose, you knew they were rocking the whole time. So I think it's a time thing that needs to happen for that to be built, you know, and for the culture. But
it's also emotional pride.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it. If like your point there, like we know Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Sundowns, and probably now Siwele, Bloem Celtics.
Yeah.
They've built that foundation, and they've marketed themselves so well as clubs. I mean, if you look in the past, when Bloem Celtic was Bloem Celtic, they had Vodacom on the jersey. They had MTN on the jersey. What attracted that? Something must have attracted Vodacom or MTN to say, let's invest in these. I remember I did a deal for them many years ago where I had a chicken bird on the sleeve.
Country bird
chicken. They did a deal many years ago. We did that sleeve deal. And I asked the guy, the director at that time, a gentleman by the name of John Nielsen. I said, John, what is it? What are you trying to achieve?
What's the pull factor?
Tex, you don't know how many chickens I sell in the Free State. And I'm showing loyalty. And this is a sign to say thank you to the people of the Free State. And the only way I can say thank you to them and get my brand awareness is sponsor something
people that they love and care
about. So it goes back to your point that corporate South Africa needs to pull its weight as well.
Absolutely.
They need to,
Absolutely. But corporate South Africa will only pull its weight
if there's an asset.
You go with the right strategy to them. You get what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of
sports entities.
I don't want to say clubs, because that would be the wrong word. There's a lot of sport entities. Remember, they go thinking it's a one-way thing. It's not a one-way thing. It's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. You would have seen just now, we through the guys at Macron, they've just now taken up the sponsorship of Siwele, the kid. They saw an opportunity. They approached me and they saw an opportunity and they said, we're looking Tex, what is the fan base? Is the fan base still going to be the same way as it was
before?
I said, yes, there's loyalty there. There's loyalty. Keep the colors, green and white. It's just the brand, the logo, the new kit or whatever, but they will buy it. There's loyalty. And the club as well are going to give you back your rights, what you want. So it's a two-way thing. So I mean, it's quite an interesting, trend that we're having now. I think corporate South Africa now is beginning to. There was a gap where they pulled away a bit, but now is that
Resurgence.
has come, and this is the right time where now. The PSL clubs, they can actually, some of them who don't have the sponsor can actually step up and look at the strategic ways of doing things. Yeah. To answer your question, Chiza, it was quite interesting how when I left FIFA, I joined a company called Cell Rights Commercialization.
Of course, yes.
They
White and blue.
White and
See
blue.
them on the stadiums all the time.
Yes, yeah. I was heading up the sales and stadium commercialization there. They've got a whole various of rights, including the FNB Stadium, the Blue Bulls at Loftus, etc. And that's where I saw there was a gap. On my end, I had been with them for a good 10 years. And eventually I said, no, I think there's a gap here. I can set up my own base, which I did in 2017, Oratilwe Sports Consulting Agency. Oratilwe is actually my firstborn daughter's name.
Nice.
And that move actually came because of corporate South Africa. Corporate, so one of the big banks said to me, Tex, why don't you, there's a gap here. We will support you. Just make sure the product is
To standard.
And then I saw that, okay, that to standard for me wasn't working. I said to myself, is it about what I produce or what the corporates want? So my motto is, I don't say this is it. I go to the corporate and ask them, what is it that you want?
You partner with corporates.
Yeah.
You know,
what is it that you want on Derby Day? What is it that what is it that you want for this event? What is it that you are looking for to entertain your clients, etc.? One corporate actually said to me, Tex, you are the first guy who's ever asked me that. To say, what do I want? Okay, this is what I want. A, B, C, D. You deliver what they want. And and that strategy, there was risks involved, obviously, because the guy could demand the world. Obviously, there's limitations, etc.
And he doesn't want to pay. I want a Ferrari with this budget.
But you reach a common ground. And the guy's understandable. He'll tell you what his budget is and etc. And you deliver something towards what he wants according to that budget. And the critical part as well, is service delivery, ensuring you're giving them what they want and giving them the best customer experience ever, to the best of your ability. And I think that's what they appreciate. Once that phase started getting in, it started growing and growing. Because remember as well, corporates, they talk, word of mouth, and myself, marketing myself, etc. I want my main strategic aim was for the guy to say, do you know, last week I was hosted by Oratilwe Sports. What a great experience. You will go and tell Nico, Nico, have you tried Oratilwe Sports? Great experience at the stadium. Nico as well.
It's word of mouth.
Chain reaction. And
that'll do way more for you than any amount you can spend on marketing.
Can I ask you a question? It's a bit silly. Who's the most interesting person you've met in your line of business? Like, geez, I couldn't believe I would, obviously you get access to all these people, ministers, presidents, but who's the most interesting person you've met? Like, I would have never thought I would meet this person.
I think it was during the 2010 World Cup. No, there were two incidents. Two scenarios. I can give you the first scenario.
Yes.
The first scenario, Springboks versus All Blacks.
Oh, we lost that one. Yeah.
No, many years ago. It was at Ellis Park. I was working for Megapro, so I was part of the activation team. So when I say activation team, we were the guys who made sure that the branding is up and the pull-up banners and the interview backdrops, etc. And I'm standing there and we were working that time. We were activating for Vodacom, who are the sponsors, part of the sponsorship of the Springboks Castle. So I'm sitting in the tunnel and I see security just coming. I'm standing in the tunnel and I see security like
Clearing everyone out.
Clear, everyone out, clear. And I'm like, what's happening here? But I've got my accreditation.
Yeah.
I can be there. I'm allowed to be there.
Yeah.
And as they're clearing, I'm still standing there with my colleague, and then there comes a cart. The cart is coming slowly, and I'm standing there like with my hands on my shoulder. And then in that cart was who? Nelson Mandela.
Come on.
Ooh.
Yeah. As it's coming down, he looked across and he said, "Young man, don't look so sad. The Springboks are going to win today."
Oh,
And
wow.
my heart went.
I'm sure you had an out-of-body experience.
But I couldn't even get a chance
To reply.
That's how excited you were.
I was like
The man himself.
the man himself. And then then it went through, and then I think that day he was greeting the players. Then he went through. He was the honorary guest, and he greeted the players and etc. And it was just an amazing experience. It was just something I've never until today still
Gives
me
Goosebumps, yeah.
And then the other time, quite interestingly, it was at Nelson Mandela's memorial service at FNB Stadium.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was working that day, and as I'm standing by the lifts, and it was just coincidence. Because we didn't know what time these presidents are coming in.
Yes.
They were just coming in. We didn't know what time who's coming and whatever. But everybody, wanted to know when Obama.
Yeah.
And I'm standing by the lift, and I just happened to be there at the right time. And there were all these American
Secret Service, with the pieces, yep.
I put my finger, and they walked Obama into the lifts going up. I mean, I didn't get to talk to him, but I mean, just seeing him, and that was an amazing experience as well. And then the last one was the FIFA 20 World Cup, the World Cup final at FNB Stadium.
FNB, yes.
We were knackered. I was
Done.
So we were hosting. I was in the visa suite.
Okay.
Who walks into the suite? Rafa Nadal.
Oh my God! Hey,
Rafa Nadal walks into the suite. Spain versus the Netherlands, World Cup final. Walks in, all cool, simple white t-shirt, and his black jacket on, and and he came with his partner. Chilled guy, easy guy, and I'm like,
this is crazy.
Rafa, can I take a picture? He goes, yeah, sure. Yeah. And that time he was one of the greatest
Tennis players in the world.
But we meet a lot of characters. We meet a lot of characters.
Yes. So tell me, because we've been talking about this thing about entrepreneurs and just the journey of it, and one of the questions I've been asking everybody is it financially rewarding?
It's hard work. There's a lot of risk involved. Like when I was starting up the agency, there was a lot of risk involved. It was sometimes frustrating, but once you get into the kick of it, and once you start getting your first few clients, and then you start getting the big accounts, oh boy.
Come on.
Very financial.
Last one from me. This is a new topic we're dabbling with, sustainability, in terms of impact investing, is it something that you're currently doing or you're looking to sort of to do in future? Like maybe what kind of initiatives are you looking at?
Sorry, your question is impact.
So in terms of sustainability, like ESG, like which part of the society do you hope to impact positively? Are you doing it now, or are you planning to do it in future? If so, which part of the community are you planning to sort of impact the most?
That's I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in that. We've all got our backgrounds. We've all grown up in the communities. From the Kasi, you name it, etc. So I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. I empower a lot from the communities. I'm talking about, when I say empowering, I'm talking about staff in my suites, hostesses. You know how it is. You go to the you go to the north. You'll get a hostess or whoever, a staff member, who will not be able to do it like in the Kasi. Who understands the culture. So I do a lot of that, from hosting services to operations to catering to some extent. Obviously, there's various limitations at some stadiums, but for me, it's empowering and internship, into the communities and teaching, the young, the emerging upcoming entrepreneurs to say, guys, this is how we can do it. Learn the skills. I even go as far as on the commercial side, taking them letting them learn how we deal with the corporates. This is how we package. This is how we do the
negotiations.
Deal, this is how we do the transaction. This is when we've done the transaction. Accounting, accountability, all of that. I in terms of sustainability, I believe in it, and more importantly for me is growth. If you are growing, also help the other hand and let them grow as well, and let them build up their own Oratilwe Sports Agency. Well. I think that's the most important, because remember, I always say to them, and I always say, and I keep repeating that, especially our stadia. Those stadiums were built using the taxpayers' money here in South Africa. They were built for the people of South Africa, the community. So everybody should have access to them. So you think of a Derby Day. You have to empower those people, from the mamas outside who are cooking their pap and steak. Sometimes I get clients who don't want to eat the food in the suite. They say, no, we had the great experience outside. We had the pap and steak from the mamas, and the specific mamas they go to, from your security guy. Because I need security outside the door, at the suites. I need security in case, for control and whatever. You empower those guys. And the guy, you see.
Maza doesn't know there's lifts at Soccer City. He's always going through the other stuff.
FMB Stadium.
FMB Stadium.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, FMB Stadium. I was gonna ask you, Tex, because of your work, I mean, you really do some of the best events that the country knows, from Springboks to derbies, Durban July. Do you still enjoy them, or like at some stage do you find them as work, or do you still get to enjoy some of the stuff? You know what I mean?
I love sport. I'm very passionate about it. I'll do my work for as long as I can do it, because remember, I've got responsibility as well, and I've got to show those guys I'm empowering. To answer your question, they've also got to be passionate. I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it. It can get till it's tiring, but then that's where the empowerment comes. If I'm not,
You have a
I don't
duty.
have to be at every event.
And doing everything yourself.
I can trust a Nico.
And
Say-
delegate.
Like today, for example, we've got
But not this one.
Women's Day concert at the Wanderers. It starts at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, he's going there with Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah, he told me. I've got people there already on the ground.
Yeah.
Who are
Work is being done.
Yeah, work is being done. So that's the trust and of
Building
building somebody
and a structure that works.
that works, and we've got to do a lot of that. It's not happening enough especially in our industry. It's not happening enough. It's very sad, but we'll get there. But to answer your question, I'm passionate. I'm a machine.
I like that.
Yeah, passion always needs to stand as an entrepreneur because you need the passion to continue driving. Because I know entrepreneurship, that's one theme that's been coming throughout the discussions. It has its challenging moments. So if you're not really vested in what you're doing, the purpose-wise, if you're not invested in the people you're working with, and even the end goal of, like, to Maza's point about paying it back, if there's no like passion or just alignment of those three, like, I don't think there's in my own opinion, that any entrepreneurship that's purely profit based will have a long legacy or have the right legacy.
Yeah.
Because anyone can chase bottom line.
Yeah.
But what's the long term? There's many companies that have come and gone, some that are there, but what's the legacy there? What's the lasting impression of people who've worked there or partners? But if you have the other side, it speaks the human element.
Absolutely.
And we need more of that.
Yeah. I mean, just to add on, I've had employees, for example, like a bar services, security, who've been poached by clients. Whereby the client will come to me and say, Tex, this guy's amazing. Where did you get him from? I need, part of the client relationship. I want to
Employ this.
we can employ this guy, and he can. Because even if we take him, Tex, you're gonna get another guy like this, and you're gonna train him like that.
Upward mobility.
Upward mobility, and that's critical. It's critical, and it's the only way. That kind of
One hand washes another.
one hand to another, and it eases the problems that we're going through in the country.
Yeah, so for me, because of time, my last not last question, but really my last statement is like,
We can keep going.
I think Liverpool sneaked last season. It's not gonna happen again. I hope you have been enjoying it because the train is about to stop.
Caesar, your comment. Liverpool, that league was done. That league was already done in around about April.
Yeah.
So
Arsenal was not competing.
You can't say that we sneaked it. I mean, the Liverpool, they played the best football last season. I didn't think Arne Slot
First time around.
It was supposed to be Klopp. To be
I
honest.
feel so bad for Klopp.
Yeah, but that was a Klopp team.
Yeah.
We saw it. I think he just changed a few things. So let's see him this season. I think this season will be
His true litmus test if you can do it.
They've invested a lot of money. I'm actually surprised. I was one of the guys who always used to post to say FSG out. Now the guys have spent over 300 million. I mean, I'm
115 charges can wait.
we've sold as well.
Yeah.
Remember,
You guys sell well.
We've sold players. So
For good money as well.
good money.
Very
So
good.
it's going to be an interesting season. I see Manchester United have bought as well, which is interesting.
We're coming back.
Man City, you never write them up.
Yep.
They're always in the picture.
Do not.
Arsenal, they'll be there.
Nah.
Chelsea, it's gonna be, but let's see.
It's gonna be interesting. Look,
Nice, yeah.
look. I support Arsenal, but one thing I always respect about Liverpool is you guys, your scouting department are impeccable.
Yeah.
They sign quickly, no noise. They were, I think, the first club to use like analytics in terms of tracking players. So for us, when it's like, who is this guy? And then he hits the ground running, but the work has been done before.
Yeah.
Like, so the money you guys, this is not Liverpool kind of spending. So there's going to be pressure on Slot because now it's his first season and it's been problem. Like if you sign Isaac, it's going to go above that. So interesting, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And also, obviously, let's not forget our local PSL, which will be
Sundowns can't win a
the
ninth.
Sundowns dominance.
It needs to stop.
Nine
Needs
back to
stop.
back.
Jeepers.
Could end. Could end.
Yeah.
But then again, that's also a market that my business has thrived as well.
Yeah.
Let's not just talk live golf, rugby, Springboks, etc. The PSL, the power of the corporate
in PSL,
in the buying power, and I'm not without disrespecting anyone or whatsoever, but it has grown immensely. The buying power of corporate South Africa for PSL matches. I mean, for example, the Soweto Derby always sold out. The sweet ticket is like hot potato. We had, I remember a few 2 years, but we had the Nedbank Cup final in Sundowns and Pirates in Bombela. You could not get a ticket.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You could not get a ticket. I had corporate, and again, you see, that's where the influence of the products and assisting the clients, etc. I had waiting lists, guys waiting, calling me to.
So Tex, on that, now, before I give to Nico, does location matter, or does location matter, or is it the fact that Pirates or Kaizer Chiefs is playing on that day? Or does it matter whether they play in Bombela or Peter Mokaba? Is it easy is it easy to fill up a box in Joburg compared to Polokwane or Bombela? Or it's only about whether Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates or Sundowns are playing?
Good question. Very good question. The example I'm giving here is cup finals. Yeah. The example I'm giving is cup finals. So with cup finals, regardless whether it's Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, you name it.
The new one is Siwelele.
Location nowadays is becoming a huge benefit in our business, because remember, people like a specific bank, and I'll mention them. Nedbank have got a great strategy. Nedbank do not host their cup finals in every year. They don't host them in Gauteng only, one region. They take the game to the people. So can you imagine a cup final going to, I'm just giving an example, a cup final going to, like the cup final that went to Bombela. The people in Mpumalanga, they turned up. They turned up because they're starved. And it's a great model that the Nedbank and the PSL created, because most of the businesses that bought, crazy enough, most of the businesses that were looking for tickets for that Nedbank Cup final were from Mpumalanga.
So
they
responded to.
And they responded.
Yeah.
Mpumalanga, guys looking for, and I was getting calls from guys who I've never dealt with, but he will say, I got your number from cheese or from wherever. Please text. I need a suite. And no hesitation. So I think now the model is working in terms of location, of where they're taking the games. I see Safa now have also started doing that, moving Bafana to different locations.
Yeah, Bloemfontein was a huge
Springboks
success.
do it all the time. Look at their games.
Sold out.
Sold out in the stadium.
I wanted to ask you two questions, right? So firstly, just to get an understanding in terms of your business, right, like into how it works. Do you lease boxes and then obviously kind of like make money that way? And then secondly, in terms of your locations, where are you based? And if people want to kind of be involved and buy your experience, I call it that, what's the process like? So those two questions.
Okay, great questions. To answer your in terms of where I'm based in Johannesburg, but I service the products nationally. Yes, I invest in suites at various stadiums, your major stadiums. So, for example, FMB, Loftus, Moses Mabhida, Some I sublet, for example, where there's not so much activity. Cape Town, subletting in Mbombela, etc. So I've got access to those stadiums. Obviously, as well, that's due to relationship with the stadiums. You've got to
Stadium
keep,
management.
Yeah, you have to keep that relationship. So that investment is quite a huge investment. But then again, once you build the product, etc., you sell it to the market at various. I've got various packages,
And various tiers.
various tiers that can accommodate. To answer your question earlier as well, that can accommodate the whole markecplace. It's across the market. Remember, it's what the client needs. So I can get a client who says, "Tex, we don't want a full, a full taking of a buffet. We just want beers and snacks or whatever." You give him that. But obviously, you look at the location of the suite. It won't be a great suite where it's a center line, but it will be a viewing suite, etc. So there's various products that we produce. So in terms of so there's 4 services that I give in terms of Oratilwe Sports. There's the hospitality side, which is the one that's moving quite a lot. I also do sponsorships as well for corporate South Africa. When I say sponsorships, I mean bringing the brand to the rights holder, to the club, etc. I do events as well, activations, events, golf days. I'm busy with a golf day right now for one of the corporates. That's also quite a moving business. And I also do a lot of stakeholder relationships, consulting with brand, and also a lot of and that involves a lot of brand trust. Brands will give me a strategy, and then I implement and place the brand in the right area according to the right product according to their strategy. You can get. I'm contactable on email. Tex at oratilwesports.co.za. You can also get me on, obviously on my mobile, and I also market myself in terms of the website, oratilwesports.co.za, that's
So Nico, I was gonna say, man, one of the best things that you did last year, it really impressed me when we were doing the Chris Brown concert. I think you organized 2 events, and then the one event was like for the parents, and then the second day he organized the day for the kids.
Yes.
In the suites, just kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because as a parent, obviously, like your kid wants to see Chris Brown, and then you curated this experience where the kids can be in the suite and they're all taken care of.
Yes.
And it was a different experience. We always think of like suites, it's like, this
Ballers and like a kind of environment,
the ability to literally expand across the board was, I was like, it
ties to your earlier point that different tiers, but your thing is across to accommodate everyone, because
absolutely. I do recall that. The Saturday was for the obviously the corporates, the clients, the parents or whoever wanted to attend. They bought their packages, and it was packaged towards their needs.
Yes.
And the Sunday event was specifically done for the kids to come and have an experience as well in a suite. Watch the Chris Brown concert and have that VIP experience as a child.
Yes.
So that's something they can.
It's memories.
They can remember. So that was a new
That's
product.
really nice.
It was a new product that we developed, and it worked very well. And And now I'm implementing that as well in football, rugby, cricket. And
Yeah, so Tex, if you obviously have a box that's not filled up and all of those things, there's a podcast that really supports your work and loves your work. So always readily available, passionate about sports. You know, we're also looking for a sponsor, by the way, Tex. There's a lot happening in this podcast, eh?
Just name the price, Nico. You never know.
The last game we went to when we were at the derby, I'm like, hey, Tex, I'm here. Where's your box? He's like, I'm in the presidential. I'm like, oh my God.
There's levels to these things.
You can't find him, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's all due to the network. You know?
Build the relationships.
I do get invites sometimes from the clubs. I mean, me being a big Pirates fan, I get invites from I'm on the database. So I do attend a lot of Pirates games, and I use that as a leverage. You go, you network. It's
people.
nice for the club to see that you're
invested, beyond business.
Invested with them. Kaiser Chiefs as well.
Yes. Jessica is your good friend.
Go meet up with her once in a while. We talk business, and you go and you attend the games, and
show interest beyond. You're invested.
You're invested.
Yeah.
You're invested in the product. I like doing a lot of backroom work as well. It's part of the passion. I know I've got a habit every week before a test match, when the Springboks are about to play, I always go to the hotel. When the guys are coming back, wish them luck. And if I can get a chance, get a few jerseys signed, frame them, and use them as memorabilia for the clients, as gifts. To say thank you for your support.
We appreciate.
So it's a whole
it's ecosystem, infrastructure, moving parts, but I think the spine of it is just building your brand and building relationships. And also with the foundation of coming from Nokia, what you learned all the way through. And then the World Cup I think it was a great pivot, almost like a launch point for you, because that just gave you exposure of doing things in this business at the highest level.
Absolutely.
Like where you just see that, look at, like you're saying, like the FIFA World Cup is just a different nature of an event. You saw different cultures, requirements, expectations, where to spec, there's no room for anything less than, and then that just sets the blueprint for Oratilwe Sports. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I think great story. I'm happy on my side. I don't know if Jens, if you have any more questions.
No,
This is a great episode. I mean,
really great
episode.
No, thank you guys.
And it's funny for someone we socialize with so much that it's like, this man's doing all this.
You wouldn't know
at all, and
it's
super humble.
When he's having drinks, it's his off time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, so I'm like, plus I think he just exudes a very chilled, calm demeanor, which is great.
You must remember. That's why I'm very chilled and calm, because you must remember, like on event day, like a Soweto derby. Let's say on that day I'm running like
when Pirates lost.
So you have to ensure
clockwork.
You go to each and
every suite
and greet the clients. Guys, are you okay? Are you happy? Those and it's a lesson in life. Those never look down on. The event managers, the PAs, the ones who...
The administrators, the hosts.
Whatever. Those are the ones.
They're key cogs to the process.
You go there, you greet them. And then when you meet the bosses, because they're in their mode. So you can imagine, you've got to have a beer with each and every... So by the time you're leaving there, so that's why sometimes when I end up now for the after party coming to meet you guys, a few drinks, I'm like,
you're done. Like let me get some water.
Guys,
Enough.
But it's all part of the product. It's all part of the cycle of what you have to do. It's hard work, but you've just got to commit yourself. And once you've committed yourself, you're in the game. I'm telling you guys, and I'm saying it to all the young entrepreneurs upcoming. There's opportunity there. There is opportunity. Sure. There's a huge gap. A massive gap that that needs to be filled. From in that cluster, and I think. through obviously planning, hard work, having the right values, and setting your goals, you can get in there. And you can get in there, and you can really
It's doable.
leave a legacy and have some great stories.
And make money.
I mean, for example, the Mandela story for me. Had I not been in that space, I don't think I would have ever met the man.
Yeah.
So it's things like that you're proud of, and you say, wow, I can work on this as well, and it's just a great industry to be in. It's a great industry, and there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm just happy in closing, just having learned a lot, that I'm also a huge sports fan, also love the business side of things. And I just like learning about ecosystems, like what's behind, who's the chef, the process. The meal is great, but what comes that the processes, there's people, there's stories, there's so many cogs. I'm really big on that. That's also part of what led to us having this entrepreneurial themed weekend, that many topics we can discuss, but in 2025 with what's going on, there's still a lot of great opportunities, great people, great entrepreneurs who can come through and share their stories, because it sounds cliche, but there's so many great opportunities within when things are not going like how they're supposed to. Real entrepreneurs will identify opportunities where the chips are down proverbially. That's where the real innovation comes through, the real ideas. And your space is not even one that people think off the bat. But in South Africa, one thing I can guarantee in closing, I don't care how hard the economy is, people always want to have a good time.
Absolutely.
And we love sports, man. It really brings us together.
Exactly.
It brings the country together.
Entertainment, exactly, because
we forget about our problems, because there's a lot of problems.
Yes, you forget, and I think there's a great human aspect and element to events and community and people coming together, because for those moments, you, like Tisa saying rightfully, you forget about your problems. It might be temporary, but it gives you some form of a reprieve.
Absolutely.
It's beyond just the event or your favorite team, and why people attach so much meaning to their favorite sports teams or stadia or artists, and you're providing a key service in that space. And it's good for people when I watch this to know that, look, there are important players in these spaces who make these things happen, rub shoulders at the highest level. So beyond rewarding, like Tisa said, financially, we always want to stress that, but many different things and aspects that you can do, memories and legacy. No, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for giving. We know you're a very busy man, and we've been trying to get you. But we appreciate the sacrifice. We don't take it for granted. It's been so great that you came through. You shared your story. So what we will do, post the episode when it drops, we'll share your details, your website for people who want to get more information. And we're big on connecting people. Also, another theme to this weekend network. You never know where the spread can reach for you. Exactly. So, and that's how we expand. But this has been episode 33 of the Business Agenda podcast. My name is Cash, also known as Uncle Cash. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to my co-host Teaser, Vino_T, the team behind the background making everything happen. And we will catch you on the next one. Cheers.